why I am an activist. So firstly, who is an activist? An activist is a person who campaigns for some kind of social change, who fights to bring in a social change. So when you're participating in a march or you're signing a petition, you're being an activist. Why am I an activist? As a child, I was told that when I see some kind of oppression happening in front of me, and I'm not raising my voice against that oppression, I'm being part of that oppression. I'm participating in that oppression. Therefore, when we see a situation of oppression, it becomes a moral obligation to raise our voice against that. If we are not, we are being the oppressor. As we all know, currently, animal agriculture is a big evil in our society, and we are fighting to dismantle it. In this situation, it is not enough that we are not the oppressor or we are not participating in animal agriculture. If we are not raising our voice against it, if we are not sensitizing people, we are contributing to it. Just being vegan is not enough. I hear a lot of people saying, I don't like talking to people, I am not an activist, I'm vegan, so I think that is enough. Unfortunately, no. It is not enough to just not participate in the oppression. Let me give you a short example. When you're walking down a street and you see a man hitting a puppy or hurting any animal for that matter, what would your first reaction be? I'm sure most of us, almost 90% of us, would go to stop that person from hitting the animal or hurting the animal. This is what happens in factory farms, but it happens behind our back and we don't see it. If we would see it, I'm sure all our reactions would be the same. We would go ahead and stop the person from hitting or hurting the animal, whatever that animal is, whatever the species is. That exactly is activism. When you're raising your voice, you're protesting against cruelty, you're protesting against injustice. That is activism, and that is what is needed. That is the need of the hour. Do it. Currently, 70 billion land animals are suffering unnecessarily in animal farms, in factory farms. They live in filthy conditions, their babies are taken away from them. In such a situation, how justified do you think it is to keep quiet and not raise your voice against it, not tell others about it, at least not create awareness about it? Just not contributing to it is not going to help them. You have to raise your voice, you have to speak up and speak up for them who don't have a voice, or even if they do, that voice is not reaching the humans. Therefore, I would like to end with a quote by Desmond Tutu. There is no neutrality in a situation of injustice. If you're remaining neutral, you're siding with the oppressor. As I've already said, that this has been taught to us since our childhood. But when it comes to animals, we just turn a blind eye and we justify that oppression. Let's not do it anymore. It's time we speak up for them. Raise your voice.